CTSP, as we prefer the smaller title. Welcome to you all. We are officially launching our applications for our Level 4 course, which we're going to be talking to you about tonight. And before we do that, we're just going to give you a little bit more background about the College of Trichological Science and Practice, and who we all are. So if I can, there we go. Yes, this is who we all are. So I'll allow everyone to introduce themselves individually. I'll start with myself, as I'm already talking. So I'm Stephanie. I am a trichologist. I've been doing trichology for about 5 years or so, and in that time I was a tutor at the Institute of Trichologists as well. And my background is in hairdressing, so I started off on this journey into trichology from seeing lots of people, lots of heads of hair, and wondering what was wrong with them, and how could I help? And people would ask me about their hair, and I didn't, as a hairdresser, I didn't know. So my background is education as well. I used to teach hairdressing, and again, the questions from students would come. The textbooks would only go so far. So I found it quite frustrating, wanting to know more and not being able to really find out the answers as a hairdresser. So I think it's really important to bring it back to the thought that education and all this information, it should be accessible to all, and including people on the ground, including people working in hairdressing, barbering and beauty industries, so that if you're dealing with hair on a daily basis, that you see these things and you kind of understand them, and you understand what the pathways are to be able to refer them on to other people. So I'm one of the tutors. I've been involved in writing the course. I'm one of the directors. My background in education is still going strong. I am a lead moderator and examiner for City and Guilds for their hairdressing qualifications. So I'm very much into the quality assurance, making sure that everything is up to standard, making sure that everything is externally verified, and it's very highly quality controlled, which is something that we've been lacking in trichology education so far. So I'll pass you over to Zoe. Zoe, if you want to say a few words to introduce yourself.
Thanks, Stephanie. So my name's Zoe Passam, and I've worked at the Philip Kingsley Clinic for the past 16 years. I worked there as a trichologist. I qualified with the Institute back in 2008. I won't repeat, obviously, everything that Steph said with regards to the need for this kind of high level of education. Obviously, this is what we're going to be talking about this evening, but very much in support of the need to raise the bar and push trichology to another level. I'm obviously also part of the faculty and a director and tutor, and have also been involved in writing a lot of the course material, and just very excited to be finally launching the course. And we've been talking about this for a very, very long time, and it's really good to see it finally coming to fruition. So we look forward to bringing it to you and telling you more about it. So I think hand over probably to Jill now to introduce herself.
Thank you, Zoe. Hello, everybody. So I'm not a trichologist, and I haven't come through the same background as Zoe and Steph and Ian, but I graduated in having done biochemistry, and my first job was in Unilever research, and practically the first topic that I worked on, which I've worked out was nearly 40 years ago now, was hair biology. So I fell in love with the hair follicle a long, long time ago. So my background is in hair biology, hair science. I've got a PhD where I studied the hair growth cycle. And I've also done a lot of work more recently through working at the University of Bradford. That's where I have I work there as a lecturer and also as a business development manager. So I do a lot of work with bringing companies into the university to work with the academics. So I have got a good experience of what it's like to be in higher education. I understand all about the setting courses, course moderation, assessments, and some of the quality assurance that Steph is talking about. I've actually been part of as part of my job at the university. So I joined the Ian must have been about 2 years ago when we realised that trichologists were a fantastic resource for hair scientists, because trichologists understand the problems of hair probably better than anybody in the round, because they see the person and the patient. They don't just focus on the hair follicle like me, they focus on the psychology, the disease, the treatments, the trauma and the successes. So when I sat down with Ian and one or two others 2 years ago, it became very clear that there wasn't a pathway towards a research trichologist, which is kind of where I was coming at it from. And therefore what we've done really now is to create a pathway for education, which could ultimately lead to a research trichologist in the future. So my role, I'm a director of the CTSP, and I'm on the faculty, and I have been involved in reviewing all the course material, and I'll be involved all along with the students, helping with tutoring, course assessments, marking exams, and all those sorts of things. And I think it's really exciting that we've got to this point of launching the CTSP, and know that it is absolutely fundamentally underpinned by the TPDP and all the people who've been supporting that, and the launch of the Trichology Standards Authority, which is going to be the bar to which we hold ourselves up to. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation over the next 40 minutes or so. So Ian, are you going to say a word, or have you introduced yourself enough?
No, I think, well, I'm sort of the CTSP monkey to the organ grinders that you've just heard. So I'm the person that's probably, you know, I've probably pushed people to do this, and I've got people's emotions up enough for them to agree and move this forward. I'm going to be a student of the CTSP as well as part of the faculty. And the reason why is because I believe desperately that people need an actual qualification instead of just a piece of paper saying that you're what you know. So it's a very heartfelt time for me. But I am here as a facilitator more than anything else. I'm part of the ITC with Dr. Besan Faja, and I've been a trichologist for the best part of 20 years now. So this is much needed, and I'm looking forward to being a part of this as a student, and I'm also looking forward to being able to facilitate this pathway. So, and if there's any questions, queries, problems, which isn't faculty related, you know where I am. Thank you very much. So back to you, Steph.